Hello everyone, thank you so much for watching Weather with Sim here. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. I just wanted to do another video today because things are already starting to get very active across this region. And we are already starting to see a chance for freezing rain. We are already starting to see snowfall for much of the northern half of the United States. And this is just going to be awful, okay? But before we start talking about that, Tammy has already died down, but this could end up reforming again, pretty much going towards Bermuda. And I do want to tell you guys that some things in this area have changed. So if Tammy does form again, it might take a slightly different path. So we will have to really keep our eye on what will happen. But as we also look at the Eastern Pacific, if you guys realize that Otis, if I said that right, Otis has became historic. It's a Category 5 hurricane that really went right into Mexico. Otis has became historic. And that is not good at all because it was a Category 5 hurricane that literally went straight into Mexico. So this was very surprising to see, especially this time of year. And I'm just not very happy to find out literally a Category 5 hurricane. So this is kind of rare that we saw a historic Category 5 hurricane unfold across this area. And this is exactly where Otis was a Category 5 hurricane. So if this ends up forming again, we could end up seeing a similar path as Otis, and this one right here could also become a Category 5 hurricane. And this could become historic too as well. So this could just be the worst of the hurricane season we have seen so far due to two Category 5 hurricanes, which will be possible. We've seen a few Category 5 hurricanes this year, and we even just saw one a few days ago, which, like I said, it became historic, which isn't good at all. And hopefully this one won't be a Category 5 hurricane and become historic. So let's hope this doesn't do the same path as Otis, or else this may become historic. But we aren't really concerned about this, but this does have a 20% chance in the next 7 days to develop. So we will definitely have to watch this one, and as well as Tammy too as well, only if he were to develop again. But if we look at the climate predictions and outlooks, guys, things have changed recently, okay? We are gonna be seeing well below average temperatures still again, pretty much for November 3rd. But as we look at the precipitation, just look at this, guys. We are seeing well below average precipitation for much of the United States, including the Northeast, and even getting into the Mid-Atlantic, even the Ohio Valley, even much of the Midwest, even down into the plains, and as well as the South. We are even seeing it go for portions of the Southwest. So this is very concerning. But if you look, we got a big chance for above average for just the Northwest United States. This is gonna be kind of a threatening situation, especially for the Northwest United States, because if you look, we got a moderate risk for heavy rainfall, at least some pretty heavy rainfall, and as well as some flash flooding. This goes from November 3rd to November 5, and this is going to be extremely concerning, especially for Washington and Oregon on the West Coast, because that's where it will be most concerning. So make sure you are really keeping your eye on this thing, especially if you live over here in Western Oregon, getting into Western Washington. So make sure you guys are aware of that. But as we do take a look at the temperature outlook, as you do see for November 3rd, we could still be talking about some well below average temperatures, at least much below average temperatures, which is going to be a very big concern. So make sure you guys do keep your eye on this if you can. And as you guys probably do see, I am wearing this headset, but that's so that my voice sounds better. So Hope you guys will enjoy that voice better compared to what it's been sounding like. So yeah, I probably sound a little bit more like a professional. At least that's what I hope. But as we do take a look at the 8 to 14 day outlook, as you do see, we may still be talking about some near normal to slightly below average precipitation for pretty much the same areas, but thankfully not as high of a threat. But if we still look, we are still seeing that for the west coast, at least well above average precipitation, and then we are even seeing some of that for the east coast, which is kind of good news because I mean this area has been staying dry recently, and if we look at the drought monitor, those droughts have definitely increased some over here, and we will definitely have to see, because if you look, we are seeing some moderate droughts for the Ohio Valley, so we could definitely be using this rain in much of the United States, including the East Coast. But if we look over here, we are still talking about some rain for the northwest United States. I mean, it's a good thing they're seeing some rain. Cause if you look, there's an extreme drought up here in the northwest United States. Yep, that's an extreme drought right there. Hopefully, they'll be seeing some very heavy precipitation. Cause I mean, we got that very big risk for heavy rainfall up here. So we could be talking about some flooding up here. So make sure you guys are aware of that. But as we look at the precipitation totals, I used a different model this time. This is the ECMWF model. And if you look, we could be talking about up to 5 inches of rain, maybe like 6 in this area right here. Cause if you look, that red matches that color, and so we could be talking about 6 inches near Seattle. We could even be talking about it for all of western Washington, maybe a little bit of Oregon. So it's something to really keep an eye on, and that's anywhere from now to November 5th around 6 a.m. So make sure you guys are being aware of some very heavy rainfall up here. And we will still have to keep our eye on out for some precipitation, because if you look, we still got a pretty decent strip of precipitation. We could be talking about like up to 2 inches for the lower Ohio Valley, and we could even be talking about for portion of Texas, Arkansas, Missouri, getting into eastern Oklahoma, and even southern Oklahoma, and even Illinois. So yeah, it's definitely something to really keep an eye on if you can, because it's definitely going to be a little bit concerning. And as we do take a look at the radar, if you do see around tomorrow, or the day after tomorrow, or yeah, let's see. This is gonna be for Sunday. Okay, this is gonna be for Sunday. All right, I'm just letting you guys know it's gonna be for Sunday. As you see, we could be talking about some freezing rain for these areas on Sunday. And as we take this forward to Monday, we could be talking about some rainy weather for the Ohio Valley. Maybe a little bit of severe weather, at least up to a marginal risk is possible. But we expect more of that active weather to occur earlier Sunday, or at least around 7 p.m. Sunday. We could still be talking about some active storms at that time, and then on October, let's see, it's oh, okay, I meant to say Saturday. Okay, around Saturday night is when we'll see these storms occur. Because if you look on October 28th around 7 p.m., which is going to be Saturday, because tomorrow is Friday, October 27th, we could be talking about an active round of storms for the Ohio Valley. And then I see that will finally head out, and then freezing rain will start to ramp up over here on Sunday. And as we keep taking this forward, we could be talking about some more storms for the Ohio Valley as we get into Monday. So something to really keep an eye on. So here's the official thing about this radar. So on Saturday, we're talking about some active storms occurring. This is going to be around Saturday night. And then as we get into Sunday, at least early Sunday, we're talking some freezing rain for these areas, which is going to be a giant concern. We don't usually see freezing rain occur this time of year, at least not very much, but we're even still talking talking about some active snowfall for these areas. So make sure you do keep your eye on the weekend, because that's where we'll have active storms for the Ohio Valley, and as well as freezing rain for the Plains, Gain, and the Texas. But if we look at the total snowfall, that is anywhere from now to November 11th, and if you look, we're talking up to 28 inches of snowfall for New England, guys. This is extremely concerning. If you look, those grays could indicate up to 40 inches of snowfall. Oh my gosh, this could be record breaking, okay? This could be record breaking for how much snowfall we are already seeing. This is kind of terrible. This will also kind of be life-threatening snow if we can get enough, because if you look around October 30th, as you see, not really very much snow, and as we get into November 1st, as you see, snow will start to really ramp up, especially on November 9th, where we will start to see those snowfall total increase extremely. So make sure you guys are being aware. In the east, those could be nor'easterns, so that's definitely very concerning that those are already occurring earlier than the winter. So this is definitely going to be an extremely big concern. Make sure you do have your snow action plans in place. You'll definitely be some buried in snow back here, because 3 inches of snowfall is about the size of a let's see, what is a good example? Probably most likely a 5-year-old, or maybe even a 8-year-old. So something like that is about how much snow you guys are going to be seeing back here. So yeah, definitely something to keep an eye on. And then same goes for a lot of these other areas, but we're mostly concerned about the Northeast, because we have already been talking about all of this active snowfall over here, and same goes for down here, where we will likely see some freezing rain. Thank you guys very much for watching. This was definitely a very big concerning weather pattern around, and we will continue to talk about this. I may end up going live for this big snowstorm on the East Coast, and I'll try to find some cameras, but it may be okay if I don't. We'll just be talking about how the weather will be looking like for all these cities. So I may go live for this nor'eastern, and I may even talk about a lot of this snowfall too as well, and this will be sometime during the early part of November. So thank you guys very much for watching, and I will keep you guys updated.